What up, peepages? What up? 917 coming right up. Take your seat, like, share. It's going to be litty. Whitney's here. Who else is here? Hello, Whitney. Well, it's about time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Drop some comments. I'm not here. I'm not just talking to myself. I'm talking to all you beaches. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Shwet up. Shwet up, biche. Shwet up, boosh. Shwet up, boosh. Episode 92 making a comeback, huh? Yes, tomorrow. That's right, Anthony. Tomorrow, aka mañana, for those that live in South America like me. Mañana es la clase de master. Masterclass tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Yeah, that's right. Everyone was raving about 92 yesterday. All right, fam. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh. Fitness without the bullshit.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. 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 Is this on? Testing. Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 917 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, slaycast, Friday cast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the show today. Welcome on Instagram and Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, anywhere that you're watching me live. Everywhere you're watching me live, if you're listening to me, if you're just watching me live, but you're listening to me live because you have the phone down because you're driving or doing something important where you have to be averting your eyes elsewhere. You're not looking at the beard, unfortunately. I understand. I don't take it personally. Well, a little bit. I take it a little bit personally. Come on. It's my show. If anyone's going to take it personally, it's me. But I really won't. I won't hold it against you because I understand. Driving your car is important. But if you're listening to the gains and driving, I welcome you all the same. What's going on, Shane? Trisha, Matthew, Cindy. What's going on, Friday? What up, Swole? Oh, I just burped. What up? That was good. That was a coffee and a watermelon burp. You like that combo? That's how I start my day. Whenever I have watermelon, whenever I get some melly in the fridge, pound some watermelon, drinking coffee. So that tasted interesting. I've had better, but it was enjoyable nonetheless. My board today, cut the shit. Cut the shit. Cut the shit. You can't see it on Instagram. Instagram's reversed too. I don't know why they reversed the camera. Why would you want to see the mirror reflection? But it says cut the shit on the board, and today we are going to cut it. We're going to cut the shit. Tomorrow is the masterclass. Reminder, everyone that's watching, tomorrow is the nutrition masterclass. I already had some comments dropping. You're excited for it. Are you excited? Are you excited for the masterclass tomorrow? 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Ooh, it's literally 24 hours away. Oh, it is Friday at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. Right now, I will be live in the masterclass inside Swolenormous X. We'll be streaming it live inside the private Facebook group. We will be there. And if you want to hook in, go to swolenormousx.com and click the buttons, get your 7-day free trial, hook in for an unlimited membership if you're really ready to get fucking started. But you can hook in and be there tomorrow. You can be there tomorrow and join the entire fam. We're going to be there going over all this stuff that we've been covering all week, but in detail. Going to have the presentation rolling, going to be answering a lot of questions, and we're going to be talking about all this stuff in more detail. And I think a lot of the questions are going to be awesome. So if you're already in Swolenormous X, and of course you're going to be there if you are in Swolenormous X, make sure you just jot down some questions. Don't try to think of it off the top of your head. If you have a good question or something you want to ask tomorrow, write it down so we can have that. I want to do a lot of Q&A. It's going to be very, very conversational, just like the Daily Swole, but we're going to have a lot of visual cues in order to help assist everyone understanding these principles and what exactly to do, the strategies. So today's episode is about the elimination. We're going to talk about it today. And yeah, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. We could talk about it every single day. But I do want to give some of you that are listening that may be unable to join us, unfortunately, I want to give you some headway and explain this a little bit more and talk about the approach. This whole week we've been discussing nutrition. And we've been talking about your vision for your fitness, really how to approach your fitness, the long term rather than the short term, how to have that mental approach when people around you aren't supporting you, which is really a big problem this time of year. We have Thanksgiving coming up. Everyone's going to try to shove food in your face. We had Halloween just a few days ago, and everyone's eating candy and all the leftovers and everyone bringing around. You're going to have all the fucking pies and all the treats and the cookies and all the shit that literally, if you look at it strictly from a money-making point of view, it's the same shit every year. Every company, they just want to sell you shit. The supermarkets love this because everyone's buying excessive amounts of food for these binge eating parties, which we've constructed around false narratives in our past, right? History, classic history, Thanksgiving, none of this shit today is any respect to what it actually was. Okay? It's just like the Christopher Columbus bullshit. We celebrate Columbus Day. We celebrate annihilation of another race of people. It's the bullshit history that we're taught our entire lives that have grown into these other beings. Thanksgiving, Christmas. Christmas is the most bullshit thing that exists. It truly is. It's a made-up holiday. And I'm not going to get into a religious debate. And this is not a religious, I'm talking about the actual celebration, like Santa Claus stuff. Okay? I mean, that debate's way too easy as it is, but the Santa Claus, we're making shit up. Literally making shit up. And we perpetuate this even as adults because, I don't know, we're just big fucking children and we want an excuse to just feel entitled to having gifts for no fucking reason. We want to eat garbage for no reason. We want to indulge in candy and cookies and treats and all this stuff. You really do get, I guess, I've gotten much more disgruntled about it ever since, especially when I moved to Florida. Of course, I've been down here for like 13 years, but I grew up north. So when you're around cold and you're around winter and snow, it's a little bit easier to go along with it. Okay, Christmas season, you see snow, you see pine trees and shit like that. Down here, when it's 85 degrees, it's just when you see Santa Claus stuff and you see the lights on the palm trees, it's hysterical. It's absolutely ludicrous. I can't get around it. And ever since I moved down here, it just really ruined. I don't want to say ruined, but it exposes all the holidays. Living in a climate where it's the same weather, and a lot of these holidays revolve around climates, revolve around different, white Christmas. There ain't no white Christmas here. There's certainly no white Christmas. Maybe like old white people Christmas. You see a bunch of old white people. There's not a lot of white stuff down here in South Florida in all aspects. There's not a lot of white in South Florida, and especially snow. There's no fucking snow. It's hot as balls. Oh, Elf on the Shelf. Oh, fuck that stuff. Oh, it's just, it's just part of the big machine. Anyway, so you have all this stuff in your face all the time. Okay, you have all these people that are bringing things in, and people that are just trying to perpetuate these things that you've always done. It's habitual. And that's what holidays have come into. It's just something you've always done, so you just keep on doing it. And all the candy, all the cookies, all the drinks and the alcohol, it's all just part of another reason. There's always an excuse. There's always a reason to drink. There's always a reason to party. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm fine if you do something. It's okay. What I'm trying to do is draw the line between people that really want to see change and people that are in like denial of seeing change. And a lot of people that come into the fitness realm and want to make a difference, or they want to lose weight, or they say they do, they don't act that way. And they don't understand all the things and all the pitfalls that are currently in the system, that are currently in place, that are pushing them and biasing them the opposite direction. So if you're looking for change and you're trying to make a difference and you're, okay, I'm tired of being obese, I'm tired of being skinny, right? You're trying to be in shape. I'm tired of not feeling good in my body. Okay. I'm tired of being unhealthy. Whatever your reason is, you have to understand how many things are working against you. There are very few things that are working in your favor, especially if you're not working in your own favor. And when you are a victim, or you play the victim and you're succumbing to all these temptations, you're not helping yourself. So what I try to do is expose all these temptations all the time. And they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Little things add up. Little things add up, and it's always in your face. It's always in your face. And most of these things are processed foods. Most of these things are liquid calories. They are packed with processed sugar and artificial sweeteners. And there's just tons of stuff that's everywhere that will try to make you feel guilt-free by buying it, because it'll say that it's sugar-free and it's pumped with all these other chemicals, or it's holiday spirit, or it's brought to you by your relative and you feel guilty if you don't eat some or you don't take a bite. You have to have your priorities. And if your priorities and your morals and if you're secure in yourself, which really comes down to, and I'm trying to give you the tools and the freedom to be strong within yourself and to have that kind of fortitude, because you're going to need it. And that's why we have a great community here with Swolenormous and Swolenormous X, because we create that support system for ourselves. But you have to have your own internal support system. You have to have that internal monologue, right? You have to have that conversation with yourself. That's why I'm a big fan of meditation. I'm a big fan of self-reflection and having that conversation with yourself with what's really important. And are you really in tune with what's important? Are you in tune with what you are saying is important? Okay, do your actions match your words? Are you having the proper conversation with yourself that is going to lead to your result? What's the word? Are you being truthful? Are you being authentic with yourself? Are you saying you want to be in shape? Are you saying you want to lose weight? Are you saying you want to eat healthier and then doing the opposite? So your actions are going to really show what you actually truly want. If you're just saying that you want to get in shape and you're not doing anything about it, you're just lying to yourself. And everyone else knows. And to be honest, they don't want you to succeed. Most people don't want someone else to succeed more than them. Most people try to win, see results, be healthy at the expense of other people. Most people don't want anyone else getting theirs if they're not getting theirs. Okay? It's that jealousy. People are jealous. That's why social media is often viewed as negative, because people have these alternate agendas and people are kind of cruel and vicious. Okay? People are cruel and vicious. So you're going to have a lot of temptation. You have a lot of people pulling strings. So think of yourself as a puppet. You're a puppet and you're being pulled in different directions. You're being controlled by the supermarket. You're being controlled by big food. You're being controlled by big pharma. You're being controlled by your relatives. You're being controlled by anyone whose opinion you are putting higher than yourselves, than your own. So if you're valuing what someone else is saying to do or what someone else's opinion is on what you're doing more than your own, that's a huge problem. So first off, you have to really understand what you want and you have to be committed to yourself to follow through with that. You have to really be saying the truth to yourself. You have to be actually acting out on what you say you want. And a lot of times I get people coming to me, of course, all the time, hundreds of messages a day. I want to lose weight. I want to do this, but they're not doing anything about it. They're not doing what they need to do. And in most cases, people aren't willing to make those changes. They say they want to lose weight, but their personality and their actions don't show at all that they want to do that. And it's weird. It's sad. It's sad because everyone has the ability to be healthier, but very few people have the fucking balls, the puss, whatever you want to call it, to actually make those changes. And they're very, very simple, which is what today's episode is all about. It's literally the process of cutting out the shit. So what are some of the things that, and you can drop it in the comments right now, what are some of the things that you cut out as part of your elimination? So just to preface this, the elimination diet, the elimination process could be everything and anything that you are cutting out. And the basic principle of the elimination process is to get rid of things to see how they are affecting your body. It's not getting rid of things that are bad on the surface because you don't know if they are bad. And you also don't know how bad they are. So we want to get rid of a lot of the things that are commonly problematic in people's diets. You want to get rid of processed sugar. This means fruit juice. This means soda. This means alcohol. This means all these things that you're drinking in terms of caloric intake. The most important thing that you want to be focusing on when you're doing any kind of elimination is the quality of the food, not the quantity. We're not worried about the quantity. We're not worried about caloric intake. Because essentially, when you reset your body, when you're eating the foods that you should be eating, you're getting more nutrients. You're getting more dense caloric value from the food that you're eating. In other words, you're eating less but getting more because you're eating real food. You're not eating chips. You're not drinking soda. You're not just getting random fucking sugar that tastes sweet. You are actually consuming micronutrients. You're getting quality macros, right? When you're eating an avocado or you're having a sweet potato, that's a lot more calorically dense. You're getting a lot more value than when you have a 16-ounce Coke. Like, there's no comparison whatsoever. Or there is a comparison. They're just complete polar opposites. So that whole approach is fundamentally different than what most people approach, and then how most people approach their nutrition. Most people take out the calculator and start weighing foods and start measuring calories. How many calories am I consuming? How many should I be eating? That's not what you should be concerned with. That's a huge problem. Everyone's worried about the quantity. That's not the issue. The issue is not how much you're consuming. And you'll have a lot of fitness, I say fitness quote professionals because most people that call themselves fitness professionals and most of the people that post shit on Facebook and Instagram and so forth don't understand this basic fucking concept. They always try to push a specific way of eating, keto, vegan, paleo, whatever it is, without addressing the fucking foods themselves. And you might say, well, when you're talking about ketosis or paleo, you're talking about the foods. You're getting rid of certain foods. You're getting rid of other foods. Yes, but not from the proper mindset. You're just following a predetermined path based on these rules and regulations. You need to create your own rules and regulations. You need to actually create your own way of eating, essentially. You need to create your own way of eating, and you need to create this and approach it from the ground up. And that happens by doing this one step at a time. So rather than take out the calculator, which you're not born with a calculator in your stomach, so you don't need to worry about counting calories. Your body will figure this shit out, I promise you. So this is a foundational level. This is not high-level athletic performance. This is, I need to figure out what foods my body likes, what food my body does not like. This is getting started, okay? When you are cutting out these foods, you're cutting them out for a reason. You're cutting them out to resensitize your body. I'll say it one more time. You're cutting the foods out to resensitize your body. Your body builds up defense systems. Your body builds up a wall, essentially. Your body has a standing army to defend itself against all these bad foods that has reactions in the intestines and the gut, wherever that is. So those foods that you're consuming that cause bloating. A lot of you message me about you're always bloated or you feel bloated after meals. It's because you're eating the wrong fucking foods. One of the discrepancies is when I say the wrong food, most of you think of something. You have some idea, some preconceived idea of what bad food is. The issue with what I'm talking about is that the bad food is sometimes disguised as good food. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And you have that very, very frequently with things like vegetables, okay? You have that with things like whole grains. You have that in a lot of instances in foods that seemingly are healthy. They'll advertise whole grains. They'll advertise, well, it's natural, it's green, eat it. Not always the case. That's the whole point of what I'm talking about here. A lot of foods, or many foods, are not good for you. They might be okay for someone else. They might not be good for you. That people have problems with vegetables. People have problems with legumes all the time. People have problems with grains all the time. You don't have to have celiacs to have problems with grains. And you don't have to have celiac or problems with grains to perform better without them. Do you see the difference? It's not about, oh, did I eat something and break out in hives? It's, if I eat this instead of this, am I affecting my performance? Am I affecting my overall health and my outcome? Do I feel better without it? You don't have to have celiacs to stop eating grains and bread. You don't. 99% of the time, people that start cutting that shit out, they feel better. They feel better. So it's not always, this fucks me up royally, this doesn't fuck me up. It's this, okay, my body is like, meh. And when I have this, I feel great. You don't want to feel meh. You want to feel fucking awesome. You want to feel awesome. You want to pursue awesome. You don't want to pursue average. It's not everything in moderation. It's not fuck me. It's not fuck me like regularly. It's not like, get fucked in the ass by fucking, the foods that you're consuming. You don't want to get screwed over all the time. It's about excelling. You're not trying to get by. I hate that moderation shit. It fucks people up. Everything in moderation. It fucks people up more than they realize. Once you do an elimination, you realize how the foods affect you. So it's really a learning curve. It's a learning process. And that's the most important thing to take away from it. It'll give you some answers. It'll give you more insights. Okay? And I want you to think about that in terms of how you react to foods. And this is where I really wanted to take the conversation today, because when I talk about inflammatory foods, I think people think of like swelling in the joints, like real bad. That's not really how it works. You don't eat something and necessarily break out. You don't go into like anaphylactic shock just because you had something that your body doesn't agree with. It could lead to a migraine tomorrow. You might feel bad. What's today? Friday. You might feel bad on Sunday from a food you ate today. It sometimes takes 24 to 48 hours for your body to have issues as a result of some food that you consumed. So when you whittle down these things at the beginning, when you do an elimination, you are resensitizing or resetting your body. So getting rid of things like processed sugar, getting rid of those liquid carbohydrates, getting rid of grains, getting rid of dairy, getting rid of like legumes, getting rid of processed meats, getting rid of fucking butterball turkey and all that shit and Oscar Mayer crap, getting rid of anything that's like, caged eggs, low quality meats, low quality, protein sources. And I know this can get very, very tricky with some people. You're like, oh, what do I eat? What should I eat? The elimination could be whatever you want it to be. The more you eliminate and the more base level that you take your nutrition for about 4 to 8 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks in that range, the better or the more things that you can test and the more you will learn about your body. So you're able to just cut out bread. You can do an elimination by just getting rid of bread. However, if you're just getting rid of one thing and you're still eating, let's say, dairy, you're still having alcohol, you're still doing all these other things, you might notice a difference, but there's a good chance that you're eating other things that are causing your body problems, and you're not going to be able to really isolate what bread does to your body if you're only getting rid of bread. So if you're going to do it right? If you're going to do it right. Get rid of a bunch of things. Get rid of as many things as you can for this set period to allow your body to reset. Now, what happens in that resetting period? What happens in this 4 to 6 week period? And it's approximate. You can do it longer. You can do it 8 weeks. It's really not recommended to do less than 4 because it takes at least that time for your body to really reabsorb all its defenses. And your body will adapt. I've been saying it all week. Your body is an adaptation survival machine. Your body is designed to adapt as best it can so it can live to see another day, so it can reproduce and make more babies. Your body will resist the bad food that you consume. And we know this. People resist foods until it gives them fucking diabetes, heart attacks, and they die. Your body will adapt or do its best to survive until its last day. What you want to do is not put stress on your body. You don't want to stress your body like that all the time. There's no need to stress your body with the fuel that you're giving it. Your body is like a car. The difference between your body and a car, the similarities and the difference, the similarities is that your body needs fuel, your car needs fuel. The difference is your car takes one type of fuel, one type. Your body seemingly, all right, here's the trick. Here's like the disguise. Your body seemingly takes all different types of fuel. You put anything in your fucking mouth and your body will live, right? You could drink this, you can eat that. Hey, it's in the supermarket, it's in a box. Let me crunch on that, let me swallow that. You're eating everything, all different types of shit. Okay? Your body can live. Of course it can survive on fast food. Of course it can survive on soda. Obviously it does. However, you can see the difference between someone who's surviving off soda and crap foods as opposed to someone who's surviving on quality foods. Okay? The obesity epidemic in this country is out of fucking control. So that being said, it's very, very important to understand the difference between what your body can survive doing and what your body is going to thrive doing, what your body is going to want. Right? And that's the difference between this food hurts me, this food helps me, and also this food, and this food helps me. And that's kind of like where I want everyone to start thinking about. It's not so much, I mean, you'll notice that for sure. You'll notice the foods like, man, when I have dairy, it fucks me up. When I have bread, it fucks me up. I feel bloated. I feel achy. I feel exhausted. However, what about those foods that you're consuming that your body just doesn't react to as well as other foods? There are foods that your body is going to really react to like a power food. You're going to have it and feel amazing. You're going to eat certain foods and your body is going to feel fucking fantastic. Absolutely. There are certain foods your body will consume and you're going to feel great. For me, I love sweet potatoes. I love my grass-fed beef. I feel great with the foods that I consume. I feel great with it. I feel great with it, but it didn't happen overnight. I had to figure out my nutrient timing. I had to figure out what I really liked to consume. And I want you to think of food as a tool. It's not supposed to be entertainment, but you should enjoy, right? I mean, that taste, the satisfaction, that's your body like craving certain foods. I crave fats, I crave carbohydrates, and I crave protein, but I create satiety. I crave satiety. I crave satisfaction, but I crave the energy. I crave what my body needs. And you have to realign that craving, that desire, that enjoyment with the foods that your body should be eating. And again, when I say what foods your body should be eating, it's what foods your body will perform at best. And I'm really getting sick and tired of these fucking infographics that I see from these so-called professionals that have big followings. And I see these a lot on Instagram. And they're always measuring calories. And it's okay if you eat this, just get back on your diet tomorrow. It's okay if you do this. There's a lot of hand-holding. There's a lot of coddling. There's a lot of soft fucking shit in the fitness industry. There's either bullshit marketing for supplements and products that you don't fucking need, or there's this fucking hand-holding like, oh, it's okay, eat a little bit of this. Oh, it's okay as long as you don't go over your caloric intake. You know, this is the same as this. Just watch your calories. That's absolutely couldn't be farther from the truth. It's just incorrect. Most people don't understand this basic concept. It's not measuring. It's not energy balance. Okay, maybe in some cases, if you eat more, you'll gain. If you eat less, you'll lose. There's a lot of other factors at play than just if you're eating more and less. Oh, I'm going to gain because I'm eating more. I'm going to lose because I'm eating less. You're not necessarily going to lose if you're eating less if it's causing massive inflammation and a hormone shift that's fucking up your body and retaining body fat. It's not going to be the same exact thing. There are many other factors. It's not addition and subtraction. It's not that simple. That's a very, very simple way of putting it because people have short attention spans. We all know how to add and subtract since we're little. So it's an easy concept to get, but it's a miserable, miserable, miserable way to live your life. How many of you count calories? It's fucking miserable. That's why I don't do it. I don't do it because it's not a way to live. It's not what your body is designed to do, which is why it took thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking years to create the technology to even have a calculator. Do you guys know how long calculators have been around? It's been like 50 years since people have had calculators. 50 fucking years probably. When was the first calculator created? And I'm not talking about the calculator that was as big as a freaking room in 1945. I'm talking about a calculator that you would have on your desk, like a pocket calculator. Maybe even less than 50 years, the 70s probably, okay? It took a long fucking time. So you're telling me that we're supposed to count and measure calories. We're supposed to, as a creature, as an organism, we're supposed to count shit. Really? We're supposed to use a calculator to measure things and to add and subtract? That's what's supposed to happen? No, it happens internally. Your body knows when it's full. It will tell you when it's hungry. Guess what that means? You mean I'm hungry? I feel hungry? Why do I feel hungry? It's your body sending you a fucking signal, you jabroni. Your body is telling you that it needs food. The issue with those signals is when you're eating fucking crap, you're getting the wrong signals. Your body loses the ability to signal you correctly. Processed sugar and these artificial foods gum up the system. They interrupt the signals. They don't allow your body to properly send messages. That's what hormones are. Hormones are chemical messengers inside the body. Okay? It's like someone stealing a package off your doorstep. It's like someone interrupting the mail. It's like getting a call disconnected. Your body does not have the ability to send the proper signals. So you don't feel full and you keep on eating. Or you stay hungry longer and you keep on eating. And yeah, and caloric balance does make a difference. Of course, if you eat too much energy and you're not using energy, you're not exercising, yeah, you're going to gain weight, you're going to get fat. But there are many other factors that come into play than just how many am I adding? Let me add this up. Let me subtract this. There's ingredients and there's issues and things for each individual person. So the elimination process is your ticket. It's your ticket. It's your ability. It puts the ball in your court. This is a good thing, fam. This is a good thing. It puts the ball and the control in your court and allows you to take control of what is best for your body. So you'll take these foods, for example. You'll take the breads. You'll take dairy. And these are, like I said, this is not, you can never eat these things ever again. You can never have whatever it is. You know, you can never enjoy a drink again. Oh, come on, man. I'm not saying you can never have anything again. This is teaching you what your body and how your body reacts to these foods. Okay? Are you still with me? I know everyone's engaged and watching. I see a lot of eyes on me. I don't see a lot of comments. So float some gorillas, float some hearts and some biceps if you're still with me. And feel free to ask questions. I saw a couple questions pop up and they disappeared because I was on a roll. So, you know, I'll take some questions and stuff. So you're going to take these commonly inflammatory foods like dairy. You'll take bread. You'll take alcohol. You'll take legumes and grains. You'll take processed meats, sodas, fruit juices, all these things, and you cut them out. And you cut them out for at least 4 to 6 weeks, at least. Okay. And then when you come back after that period, that's the testing process. And again, those of you that are, if you're catching the tail end of this, if you're not getting, because we were talking, if you're missing some of it, if it's going over your head and you're like, oh my God, that's why I want you to be in the masterclass tomorrow. Like we're talking about this again. We're going to go over this, but I'm going to have all the visual. I'm going to have the presentation. You're going to see it all visually and you can take notes. You can see it in front of your face. It's not, you know, that's why I'm encouraging you all to be there tomorrow. So again, check that out. So if you're missing some of it, you're catching the end of this, like, oh shit, that's why tomorrow is going to fucking kick ass. So when you're getting rid of these foods, it's that process after you clean slate, because you have a lot of adaptation and masking that your body does. Your body adapts. Your body tries to create a new normal when it comes to these inflammatory foods. So by creating the scarcity of the foods that your body is defending itself against, you are able to test these foods one at a time and see how your body reacts. And I know a lot of you, let's get some feedback. What foods did you try after your elimination that fucked you up? What foods did you try after the elimination that fucked you up? What did you find? Because then once you figure out what foods your body is super sensitive to, then you know, okay, I should minimize that because it's not helping my system. It makes me feel like shit. It helps you analyze and learn what foods are best. And that's why this is fundamental before you start worrying about different eating styles like keto, vegan, paleo, intermittent fasting. It's about what you're consuming first, and then you can adjust based on your lifestyle and your habits and your goals. I feel like, let's see, I've been downing water nonstop, which helps, but especially after working, I feel like I could eat a horse. That's good. That's good. Your body is resetting too. And also when you're exercising, you're going to be hungrier. Ricky, I eliminate nothing or nothing. I eliminate nothing. I eat what I feel like when I feel like it. Generally, I eat healthy. Doesn't sound like you eat healthy at all, by the way. But if I feel like a burger and beer 2 or 3 days on the trot, that's what I'm eating. I'm in pretty good shape for 40, by the way. Well, I mean, for someone like you, saying that you generally eat healthy doesn't sound like you eat healthy at all. If you eat what you feel like when you feel like it. So right off the bat, that sounds like complete bullshit. And pretty good shape for 40. Okay. If doing what you're doing feels good and you feel pretty good and pretty good is okay for you, it's going to catch up eventually. And that's fine. But as long as you are consciously aware of the decisions you're making, that's fine. I prefer not to be in pretty good shape. I want to be in fucking amazing, phenomenal health and phenomenal shape. And that's my opinion, and that's my life, and it's your opinion, and it's your life, and that's fine. Helen, I certainly do not like to feel overfull after eating as it slows me down. Agreed. And some people, they can feel slowed down and sluggish just by having a little bit of an inflammatory food that doesn't work for their body. Like I said, you're not going to know. And going back to what I think it was Ricky that said that, he doesn't know what's really damaging his body because he eats everything. His body is defending itself against the foods he's consuming. If you eliminate everything, and it's very, very simple. I'm not saying it's easy. You're going to have cravings. Your body is used to these foods. But if you realize, holy shit, when I have foods A, B, and C, it fucks me up. Like now that I've cleared out, it fucks me up. You're going to make different decisions because you're not going to want to feel like shit. And you might not want to go back to feeling less awesome than you currently do after cutting out that stuff. Jason Dare, oh man, once I wrapped up my 8-week elimination, I tried dairy and explosions all day long. Think about that. If dairy was okay for you to consume, or the type of dairy that you were consuming, then you wouldn't have the fucking massive shits. You wouldn't have all that discomfort. Diane, bread made my gut hurt for days. I was off gluten for 2 months prior. Tommy, I do if it fits your macros, but eat the foods that work for me. And Tom, that's exactly what I'm saying. If you want to do macros and if you want to fit macros and you want to count calories and you want to do that stuff, that's fine, right? If you want to be a vegan, that's fine. Vegetarian, pescatarian, all those things are okay if it feels right for you and you get great results. However, there are certain foods that some vegans eat that they shouldn't be consuming because it's causing them inflammation, or maybe the way they're preparing their food. It's some foods that people that do paleo or keto that they don't see all the results. They hit a wall. It's because they're still eating maybe cheese when they're doing keto. They're eating a lot of cheese and their body is trying to fight off this dairy, but because they're doing keto and they didn't research it and they didn't do the elimination, they're just eating tons of cheese. That is a red flag. You need to go and do this kind of elimination first, and then you can taste, no pun intended, different things and try these different styles of eating. It might fit your lifestyle better to do intermittent fasting. There's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't work for everyone. It's not ideal for everyone. Some people do intermittent fasting and gain tons of weight because they overeat when they do eat. You know, I mean, it's not like intermittent fasting is a fad. It's not necessarily like the answer for everyone. There are a lot of people that just follow these nutritional fads like, oh, let me do this. You know, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to be a raw vegan. I'm going to lose weight, so I'm doing keto to lose weight. Keto is not a weight loss diet. It's not a weight loss diet. It works for a lot of people because when you cut out carbohydrates, you lose water because water attaches to carbohydrates essentially, and you're cutting out most of the things that are bad. Most bad foods happen to be carbohydrates, processed sugar, alcohol, breads, pastas, those types of things. If you're going keto, you're cutting out all that shit, so you lose tons of water. You stop eating a lot of processed shit. Big surprise, you lose weight. But it doesn't mean that just by doing keto, you're healthy and that you're eating the right foods when you're in ketosis. You know, there's a lot of people that try to justify things and they don't look at it from the right lens. Deanna Missler, I'm glad I caught this. I lost that comment, sorry. Starting mine next weekend, good. Anthony, I feel leaner with no bread, wheat, legumes, or flat out processed foods. Me too. Sandra, I hadn't realized how bad my body handled beer. I cut it out completely for about 6 months. Recently had beer, and my stomach did not like it at all. Also, my routine at the gym was just shit. I hear you. And it might be that maybe if you do drink on occasion, maybe it's wine, or maybe it was the gluten in the beer. Maybe you need like a apple cider or something once in a while. I mean, you shouldn't be drinking that kind of stuff all the time anyway, but that's why you would try different things, right? I mean, you have the power to test these things out. Most people just don't, and they don't test it properly. It doesn't take, it's not like 2 days, like, hey, I cut out bread for 2 days. I don't see any difference. No, like that's why people don't do it, because you have to do it for almost 2 months. And it's not romantic. It's very, very simple. It's not easy because you have those cravings. You're used to eating certain foods. You have to learn different ways to prepare your meals. Okay, it's called work. It's called effort. And if you don't want to put the effort in, then you're not going to get the results. Like, what do you want me to say? What's a good substitute? What's a good alternative to cheese? What do you mean? Something tasty, perhaps? There's plenty of foods that are delicious. I mean, just don't eat cheese. Eat other things. A good alternative. Food. Food. I love my grass-fed beef and I love fatty beef. You don't need toppings when you have quality fats. It's delicious. That's why fats are good for you, because they fucking taste amazing. For a reason, your body needs them. This is my thing with fasting. My way of life by eating what I want when I want to allows me to maintain a healthy weight. I don't need to fast or diet as my diet is tremendously varied. Ricky, I have no idea what you're saying, bro. That statement made no sense. You might want to clarify that. My way of life by eating what I like when I want to allows me to maintain a healthy weight. I don't need to fast or diet as my diet is tremendously varied. I don't understand that. I think you're missing the point, dude. I think you're missing the entire point. It has nothing to do with a variety in your diet. That's exactly the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm confused. Let's see, Jason, testing is the fun part. I think it should be the fun part, right? The pursuit of health, the pursuit of wellness, because you could always do better. That is, I think, also the fundamental weakness of our society is that people are trying to justify being lazy by saying everything in moderation. Whereas, why moderation? Why average? Why so-so? Why decent? Why okay? People want to be okay in their careers. People want to have a good day. Why not having a fucking awesome day? Why not have a fucking awesome workout? Why not have amazing nutrition? Why not have amazing health? Why not striving for something better than just piss poor average? Trisha, yeah, I feel like it's the yeast in beer that bugs me. I get all mucusy and gross, bad headaches. Sure. And not everyone is going to have the same response. Again, I'll say that. Not everyone has the same response. It could be the dose too. One beer might treat you differently than 6. One type of beer might affect you differently than a different type of beer. Beer is not the answer to your health concerns, everyone. Everyone's trying to justify right when we start talking about nutrition. Oh, but what about beer? Oh, I have this beer. What's your priority? If you want to fucking drink beer, then drink beer, but don't complain about the results you're not getting. Okay? If you're happy with it, are you really happy with it? A lot of people tell themselves that they're happy and they really aren't happy. They just try to trick themselves. They lie to themselves. So you have to be authentic with yourself. You're not fooling me. That's for one thing when it comes to nutrition. If you're struggling and you're eating some of these foods, I'm going to call you out on it. I'm going to tell you to your face, like, you're full of shit. You want to lose weight, but you're still going to drink that stuff? No, you don't. You don't. Okay? There's a lot of justifications. You can make all these excuses that you want. It doesn't do anything to anyone else but yourself. Dante, I have colitis. What else besides chicken, rice, and tuna can I enjoy? To be honest, you should be probably not eating chicken, rice, and tuna if you have inflammation. That's not quite. I would definitely start doing a lot more research on that. I would highly recommend being in our masterclass tomorrow. You're going to need to look at a lot of stuff with gut health, things like bone broth and such. Giving up the pasta and the pizza and stuff will definitely help reduce the flares, but eating tuna and chicken and rice is still going to be probably inflammatory. I would highly recommend looking into anti-inflammatory diets, and things like leaky gut syndrome can help you learn a lot more. Bone broth is an amazing healer. Rami, what is about red meat that turns people away from it? Poor marketing and lies that you've been told your entire life that red meat's bad. I mean, if you're burning your meat, it's not good for you. If you're like eating like cooked and like singed meat, it's not good. If you're eating grain-fed meat, it's not good. But if you're eating quality meats, nothing wrong with it. People are turned away from a lot of shit for no good reason. And then some people are Scientologists, so people make a lot of bad decisions. That's another thing that just throws off everything. People make all sorts of decisions for all sorts of justifications. That's why you have so many different diets. That's why people say so many different things, because you have 7 billion people, and a lot of people try to make themselves believe things. They make themselves believe things. They make bad decisions. You could make any decision about anything. It could be a fucking hot mess. Alternative to cheese is nutritional yeast. Sprinkle it on. That just sounds like the grossest fucking shit ever. That sounds disgusting. So I'm not gonna, just don't eat cheese. Nutritional yeast. All sounds gross. When we diet, we always go to chicken and rice. Yeah, that's the classic. That's the classic bodybuilding thing. Like, I want to get in shape. Chicken and rice and broccoli. Gross. I don't like chicken really, and I don't like rice really. I like it. Oh, here's the thing for me. All right, when I eat white rice, I don't feel bad. I just don't feel good. So for me, that's exactly what I was talking about before. When it comes to, okay, this doesn't really bother me. It's like decent, but something else is amazing. If I have, for example, white rice, I don't feel like I'm recovering from my workouts. I don't feel pumped. I don't feel great. When I have a sweet potato, I feel fucking amazing. So there's a difference between meh and fucking awesome. I've been told white rice is bad, and then I was told brown because of arsenic, and brown is harder to digest. You ever try to eat white rice versus brown? Brown is like chewing on sand. And rice is a grain, and a lot of people have issues with grains. A lot of times when you eat rice, you shit out pieces of rice because you're not digesting it well. Nathan Kendrick, I just saw some local news suggesting that a meat tax be introduced because red meat is unhealthy. Ha, well, I'll still eat it. I'll pay the tax. People are stupid. Colton, I'm all about the grass-fed beef ever since I started listening to the Swole. And look, I'm not telling everyone to go out and just start eating grass-fed beef. That's what I like. That's what I like. If you're going to eat quality meat, eat quality fucking meat. Eat wild game, eat grass-fed beef, 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef. I love that stuff. It feels great. I get tons of fucking energy. I feel amazing. I'm leaner. Fat doesn't make you fat. It's fucking good. It's good. You get all your nutrients. Organ meats. I love it. I love it. Potatoes digest easier than pasta and rice. Maybe for some people. I mean, in terms of digestion, that's pretty scientific. Easier. That's a vague term. Like, I don't know the actual process of, enzymes and the speed, if you mean I But I talk about sweet potatoes. I'm not talking about white potatoes. Sweet potatoes, I like better. Pasta's grain. Yeah, I don't consume that. Most people, when they have pasta, they feel sluggish and bloated for a reason. Come on, how closely is pasta related to bloating? People eat pasta and bread and stuff and feel bloated and ugh. For a reason. You can fucking get bloated from it. Let's see. How quickly, James Mark 222. Let's see, wait, pre 04 on Instagram. Eliminated dairy and bread about a month ago, feeling great. Awesome. And I'm not demonizing, I'm not hating on any in specific food, but they're very, very common themes in our society. Come on, we're told milk for a healthy body, strong bones, milk, bread. Like, you see these things just pounded in your face. They're always in the front of the aisle. That's why people eat them so much. And there's no surprise that when you cut those things out, how much better you feel. And it's different than other countries. There's a lot of shit in the bread, wheat germ, agglutinin, that causes tons of fucking problems. How quickly and frequently should be eliminating these inflammatory foods? You should never be eating inflammatory foods. You should be minimizing them permanently. But when you're cutting them out to test, you should be cutting them out for at least 4 to 6 weeks. Well, I like having a sweet potato before I work out because it absorbs really great. I mean, I just feel good. I feel good. It goes in nice and easy. Nice and easy. I feel delicious. Yeah, elk, bison, those things are all options. I like fatty meat. Usually game meat is very, very lean, so I like my fat. So just, understand the difference. FYI, my wife also loves the fact that I gave up dairy. No more explosions. Papa's no longer blowing up the bathroom. That's always a plus. That's always a plus. No one wants to walk into a fucking hailstorm, right? You go in there, I want to brush my teeth. Holy shit. That's a fucking disaster. Well, it's a major episode, and this is a major approach, especially for people that have been struggling with their nutrition. If you're having issues, if you're hitting a roadblock, if you have a plateau, if you want to excel with performance, you can justify everything. If you're eating a little bit of everything and you're drinking and I eat whatever I want and this and the other, a lot of people adapt. All right. A lot of people eat a lot of shit and might look on the surface or feel because your body adapts. What I'm saying is when you reset and you take it seriously and you actually look at this stuff, you realize how much stuff your body has adapted to. I'm telling you, you might feel completely fine or think you feel completely fine, But once you try this process, all of a sudden you realize, holy crap, a lot of stuff I was eating, I was adapted to, and it really fucks me up. It's hard to explain. That's why all these comments are very helpful from people that have done it. It's one thing to say it. It's one thing to experience it. It's one thing to experience it. Yeah, I'm not talking about a diet here, Ricky. I'm not talking about dieting. I'm talking about figuring out what's best for your body so you don't keep eating poison and fighting while you should be digesting. You know what I mean? It's all about figuring out what works best for you. And if you're happy with where you are, by all means. Most people think that they are stuck in a rut. Most people think that they have to either follow a specific way of eating that's already predetermined, that already has a name like ketosis, that already has a name like paleo, that already has a specific structure. They don't realize they can customize a lot of things. They don't realize that this option exists. They don't realize how the body works. So I'm really trying to bring a lot of attention to how the body adapts, how the body will silence and mask these problems, because it absolutely will. If you ever have chronic pain, or you ever have chronic knee pain or back pain, you realize how it becomes background noise. That's exactly what happens with nutrition. Your body will create background noise. Okay? All these foods that you're consuming start running like little programs in the background. You don't notice them, but they're fucking your body up, and it creates stress, and it'll retain fat. And if you want average performance, if you want to look average, if you want to feel average, that's fine. But your body will do a lot of things. Your body will do a lot of things to not consciously have pain. Your body will throw a lot of stuff into the background. And what this does, what this whole process does, is exposes that and brings it from the background to the foreground. And most people just don't have the willpower to do it. Jennifer, why do you think when people know what works for them, they still eat crap foods? Because they taste good. Because people don't think long term. People don't think long term. People like short term satisfaction. People want now. People want fast shipping. People want instant gratification. And that's why when people are miserable, they go for food, because it's instant gratification. You get that instant dopamine release and you temporarily feel better, but it just really fucks themselves up. That's why people drink alcohol. That's why people do drugs. That's why people watch fucking soap operas. That's why people eat food and they comfort. It's because people don't have proper outlets. They don't understand. They don't manage their stress properly. Most people do things that they don't like. Most people have jobs that they hate. Most people have lives that really stress them out because they're doing things they don't enjoy. And they're not able to say the things they want to say. They're not able to communicate well with other people. All these different stresses, and people lash out and they use it as food. They use it as happy hour. They use it as a party so they can drink and eat and temporarily forget that they're not happy. It's a large percentage of it. And they can be very addictive. It's like heroin or meth. You know, these things get instant response. You have something that tastes really sweet, you know, it amps you up. Trisha, if you've always felt like crap, you won't know the difference. Absolutely. You don't know good and bad if you never had that kind of difference. Apparently, I have been dehydrated my whole life and never knew it. Suddenly, I feel clear-headed, energetic, no headaches. Amazing. Most headaches are from dehydration. And then people just take a pill, Tylenol or ibuprofen, just to make it feel better. Yeah, you're good, Ricky. No worries. Helen, goodbye for now. Oh, goodbye then. Goodbye for now. Well, you know what? Goodbye to everyone. Go eat some good food. Anyway, today is Friday. Have a great rest of your Friday. Really plug into my Instagram. I'm going to post some other things and an Instagram story, give you some more links. Remember, tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, live. Fucking live masterclass inside Swolenormous X. If you want to hook in, you'll see the announcements at the top. Go check it out, swolenormousx.com. You can get in for as little as a 7-day free trial, as little as fucking trying it for free. You jabronis. If you're not there, you're just lazy. You're just lazy and you don't fucking care if you are not there tomorrow. So I can't make it any easier. I cannot make it any more accessible to you, considering you can get in for a free trial. But tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, live masterclass, Fix Your Food. Entire workshop. It's going to be epic. Going to try to keep it in a reasonable time frame because I know there's going to be a ton of questions, but we're going to move through there's going to be a lot of visual. There'd be the whole visual presentation. So we're going to move through that really well. of course, because if you're in the family, you can rewind it, you can watch it again. So, but a lot of Q&A. So we're going to do a lot of talking. I'm going to really clear the air and get everyone on the same page, and it's going to be a really great class. So I can't wait to see you there tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. But I also will see you all probably ahead of that just to answer any questions. Have a good Saturday episode, 918 tomorrow. But remember, masterclass tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, swolenormousx.com to sign up. And I will see you all tomorrow for the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gamecast, Mancast, Pimpcast, and Sleazecast. And Zarel, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. See you tomorrow for episode 918. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce, Magoose. Papa Swolio. Out.